Big wind blowing in the harbor of Baltimore. And no, it's not Marlowe and Sunderland. We have just begun to speak. Championship final coming up. The Nestea Open. Mike Dodd, Mike Whitmarsh, Scott Ayakatubby, and Eric Fonoi Moana. Capacity crowd on hand. Fonoi Moana serves first. And they'll attack Whitmarsh. And Whit taps it over the top and down. Our first referee is Greg Krause. Second referee, Butch Martin. Now, Mike Dodd will serve, by far the most experienced member of this group. He's 36 years old, out of San Diego State University. Fonoi, and Eric Fonoi Moana puts it away. Fonoi Moana making fans very quickly. He's an exciting young player, as is Scott Ayakatubby. Ayakatubby, 6'4", 210 pounds, 29 years old. He has not won in 4 years, and he will crank the jump serve every single time. One of the strengths of Ayakatubby and his partner Fonoi Moana is their power game on the serve.
Everybody agrees that Ayakatubby is one of the most gifted players on the beach. He just spent so much time in rehab, recovering from one thing or another. He's not had the impact throughout his career that he would have hoped for, a lot of other people expected.
Eric Fonoi Moana. Hometown, Hermosa Beach, California. Grew up in Manhattan Beach. 6'3", 195. He is built and sculptured. If he ever takes off his shirt, you'll say, wow. One of the fine athletes on the AVP Tour. Maybe one of the best. Whitmarsh. And Whitmarsh hits it down the line. If you're Fonoi Moana and Ayakatubby, would you attack Whitmarsh all the way here?
I probably would mix it up at first to see which player, Dodd or Whitmarsh, was in a better groove. Mike Dodd, as you've mentioned, the more experienced of the two, but Mike Whitmarsh continues just to amaze me with his ball control, given the short period of time or how late he took up the sport. I would probably mix it up. What I would try to do is, if I were Fonoi Moana, is we get a net violation there on Whitmarsh's jersey. Got the tank top. Puffed out a little bit on it.
You better, yeah. Blanching, I think they call it, Paul. It blanches out on your stomach. And Whit says, wait a second, my stomach's pretty flat there. So Whitmarsh,
oh, he's got the washboard, but
yeah.
the shirt poofs out a little bit and cost him a point there.
One of the penalties you pay for having a lot of sponsors.
Not a bad price. Not a bad price. But just to put a period on the point about serving, if I were Akin and Fonoi, I would just serve the ball as hard as I could and not really worry about who I was targeting.
There's the put away, Mike Dodd.
Off the block and down.
He's won $69,000 this year. He won over $1 million. He's won $1,025,427. As we take a look at the big Whit, cut from the Timberwolves, one of the last men. Here's Fonoi, and Fonoi hits it straight down.
Ayakatubby is the best setter Fonoi Moana has played with this year. With the deep dish variety, when he and Brent Frohoff played together, it was just a setting exhibition. Very, very soft touch.
Played for Ken Preston at UC Santa Barbara. Had a fabulous career. Second in the NCAA that final year as he misses a serve. We'll keep track on Fonoi Moana and Ayakatubby jump serving and errors.
If they get 4 aces and can keep the ratio under 3-to-1, in other words, 3-to-1 is not so good, but I'm talking about errors to aces, then they'll win this match.
Ayakatubby dishes it up. Fonoi down the line. Dodd is there, looking for the first point. Dodd.
Come on.
Yes.
Point number 1 off Fonoi Moana. And he's seen 4 out of the first 5 serves. This is the frustration. Dodd is right there. Fonoi Moana trains at the same beach as Mike Dodd, and you wonder if maybe he'll have a little bit too much respect for Mike Dodd in this final.
And line!
Ayakatubby rejected.
Whitmarsh.
The weather is cooperating with Dodd and Whitmarsh, although they don't do all that well in terms of the service game because of the wind. Doesn't help them all that much, but I'll tell you, it has cooled off considerably. Very late in the tournament. They have worked very hard for the last couple of days. This will help Whit.
Mike Whitmarsh, the happiest man in Baltimore right now with cloud cover and some wind. Fonoi, cut shot. Dodd is right there. Whitmarsh. And Ayakatubby rejects back. Big play.
With the rejection.
Boy, that's a saving play and a momentum stopper that time by Scott Ayakatubby. Dodd all over it. Ack reads quickly. Whitmarsh goes anywhere but the cutback, and they put another point on the board.
Scott Ayakatubby and Eric Fonoi Moana did play in 1992. They played 5 tournaments. Their best finish was a 6th in the Cuervo, so they played together, but that was before Fonoi Moana has ascended to nearly star status, one of the best players on tour. Here's Whitmarsh, and Whitmarsh hits it right on the line.
Whitmarsh pegs it.
So Mike Whitmarsh gets a kill. We will be giving out the Kill Loop Kill Award today. Bausch & Lomb will be pleased, very pleased, to give out $500 to the most lethal weapon, and Fonoi could have a lock on that. He's going to get a lot of work. He's got a hit. And he does. He tapes it. We'll take quick timeout. Early action, 2-0. Whitmarsh and Dodd. Chris Marlowe, Paul Sunderland, Eric Fonoi Moana serving. Championship final. Dodd on 2 out of bounds. So a point, the first one for Hack and Fonoi.
Not a bad try by Dodd. Early in the match, the pass was tight to the net. He could have set it, but with the gusty conditions, trying to go on 2 just to get all of it.
Fonoi will serve.
Good.
Great serve. Down to get it with Witt. And Fonoi left hands it up. Can he put it away? Not yet. Whitmarsh digs back.
Little confusion, no block.
Ayakatubby is there, looking for a point. Ack, got it!
Scott Ayakatubby.
Fonoi looking very loose, very confident, good sign, talking it up, talking to his partner. Good interaction so far from Eric Fonoi Moana. Remember, 25 years old. This is not a rookie just out of college. He's been out here paying his dues for some time. Great dig, and then Ack with the high looping. And Fonoi looks comfortable and loose and fairly confident early on.
I interviewed Eric Fonoi Moana last week. He said his goals this year were to finish 4th. He's already done that. Save money for a house. He's doing that. Pay off the bills. He did that. And get on TV, and he's doing that.
Not a bad role. He will have a fond memory for Baltimore. Accomplished an awful lot of his goals or exceeded them this week. But if he and Ayakatubby, I mean, with their serving skills and ball control skills, and Ack, clearly one of the best players, they can be a factor right away, and not only this week, but every week.
2-2 is our score. Championship final action. Dodd and Whitmarsh, the experienced veterans, against what you would say the youngsters, Eric Fonoi Moana and Scott Ayakatubby. There's Whitmarsh, and the receive of Fonoi and Ack. Fonoi gets it again. Good set. And Fonoi chops it inside. You know, if you talk about Scott Ayakatubby just a bit, Ayakatubby played the first 4 tournaments of the year with Brent Frohoff. He got a 3rd, a 5th, a 5th, and a 9th. Then he injured his groin. Since then, he has sat out 10 tournaments. He has just come back. He figures injured groin cost him $60,000. Talk about the costly kidney. How about the lugubrious groin?
Well, that's the kind of injury, like Karch-Kirais with a kidney, that if you don't wait until you're 100%, it can haunt you for a year. There have been players who've had to have surgery to have that repaired if they've been unable to rehab it and get completely back to full strength and range of motion.
2-2. Fonoi gets another serve. Another perfect set, and Fonoi puts it away.
Fonoi Moana to the deep far corner.
So Eric Fonoi Moana, kind of an unusual name, Samoan descent. His father, Alio, is a plumber. His mother, who passed away in the 80s, named Connie. 3 brothers and 2 sisters. Big Fonoi Moana family. We'll get into more of that. It's kind of an interesting tradition, as Fonoi just gets one out of bounds. And score remains 2-2. And now Mike Dodd will serve. 7:10 to go. Lots of time. 2-2. And down the line he goes. Ayakatubby putting up pure nectar right now.
Absolutely perfect sets. Distance from the net. He's setting Fonoi Moana far enough off the net to sort of take Mike Whitmarsh out of the play. He's nullified. And Fonoi Moana has really shown the ability to spank the ball down the line, cut off angle, and hit angle as well. Dodd really having to guess defensively right now.
Ayakatubby at 2-2. Cut shot, nicely done, as Dodd just slaps it down. Got his AAA rating back at the age of 16. He was the youngest player ever to achieve that level on the beach. Played with Tim Hovland for 10 years until Hovland dumped him to play with St. John Smith. The biggest mistake Hov ever made, according to the Hov.
That was just last year.
Fonoi gently tapping it over the block. You know, we talked about the name of Eric Fonoi Moana. His entire family graduated from Miracosta High School in Manhattan Beach, California. Mother, father, 5 kids. He said by the time I came along, they didn't screw up the name anymore. Everybody knew how to say Fonoi. Moana. Here comes Whit. And
Fonoi
Fonoi is there. Kenny Moana won. He does. And it's rebounded out of bounds.
At the side change,
So the team of Ayakatubby and Fonoi at the first break have a 1-point lead on Dodd and Whitmarsh, 3-2. Open in Baltimore, part of the harbor scene here. 3-2 is our score. Let's check some of the other finishers this week in Baltimore. Wes Welch and Troy Tanner had a bad tournament, 17th place. In ninth, Kevin Martin, Chris Young continuing to play steady. Albert Hanneman and Pat Powers in ninth. Brooke Vandeweghe, Dan Verbalovich, the longest names in volleyball, 21 characters, and Doug Faust, Brian Gatsky. AJ and Stokey, horrible playing, 7th place.
Well, they lost their first match of the tournament. John Brivich and Tim Walmer struggled all the way through the contenders bracket, and Gino and Loyola a 5th. Still not good enough for them. Brent Frohoff and Ricky Ludes, after a huge win last week, they go down to 5th place this week. And the team of the tournament and the toast of Baltimore, Mark Cairns and Jimmy Nichols in 4th. They were fabulous. And the last group, we'll get to see Jeff Rogers and Bill Bullion, also a fabulous tournament for them, finishing in 3rd place.
We've got some drama unfolding on center court. Eric Fonoi Moana, 25 years old, an up-and-coming young player, has never won a tournament in his career. There he is, the little E. His partner, Scott Ayakatubby, back on tour after a groin pull, is stationed at the net. He has not won in 4 years. Dodd and Whitmarsh, the veterans, doing a little huffing and puffing as the linesman comes over and fixes the line.
Well, it's very windy here in these big nylon ropes that mark the outside of the court, blowing around quite a bit.
And Fonoi can't get the jump serve in. Let's check errors to aces so far.
Well, so far, 4 errors total. As far as aces, none so far. So that's not the kind of ratio that you want. And they really haven't been scoring with the jump serve at all so far.
And Dodd has taken off his sunglasses in the dim light here. Fonoi scrambling. And Dodd digging. Beautiful dig. Great set. And Dodd puts it away. Hey, Whitmarsh scrambles around and bumps that ball up pretty darn good now.
He has learned some real important keys to scoring when you have opportunities. Don't try to make the perfect set. Don't make the impossible play. Have confidence in your partner. Chase the ball down and just bump in the middle, near enough the net. Let your partner have an opportunity to move it around.
Dodd and Whitmarsh, we think, are on the good side now, so they're serving into the wind. Here's Ayakatubby. And it's right to Dodd. Whitmarsh.
Gotta go. Go, Mike.
Right to Whitmarsh. And on the right, he puts it away.
We wondered about Fonoi Moana having some problems with Mike Whitmarsh. So far, it's been Scott Ayakatubby, been stuffed early, has not been spanking the ball by or around Mike Whitmarsh, as we have seen Ayakatubby do against other big blockers on tour.
Now, just to set this up for you, Ayakatubby and Fonoi Moana right there. If they win this game to 15, it's over. If Dodd and Whitmarsh win a game to 15, they have to go the extra mile and win a game to 7. Now, Dodd looks tired, but he's one of the all-time greats at looking tired and playing pretty darn good, as witnessed at the King of the Beach last year.
Well, I remember years ago, we always used to talk about Mike Dodd, how tired he looked, and he got sick of it. Everybody got sick of it, and he's always in the finals with Tim Hovland. He got every serve for 2 days, and he did look tired. He was tired, but he knows how to pace himself, and it's like a marathon runner when they hit the wall. He knows how to get to the wall and pace himself and be tough enough physically and mentally to break through it.
Ayakatubby with a straight pass. Ak warms it up.
That's what Ak's got to do. I mean, not just because he successfully puts the ball away. I don't care if he hits the ball or lobs it over the top of Mike Whitmarsh, but just for his own confidence, know that he can bang the ball and put it away.
Ayakatubby with the greatest shorts on the beach. Primitive Prince, a line that he helped design. Got the little tassels down below. Sometimes he wears the dingle balls. And he serves up the ace. So Scott Ayakatubby ties it up at 4.
The serve, tied at 4.
The fringe giving Ayakatubby's jump serve all the style he needs and all that Mike Whitmarsh wants to handle. Mike Whitmarsh just didn't move his feet. Again, the wind swirling and changing.
Ayakatubby has won only $12,000 this year because of his injury. Missed 10 tournaments. Here's Whitmarsh.
Come on,
And it's off Fonoi, out of bounds. Whitmarsh gets the kill.
Side out.
And Dodd and Whitmarsh will talk it over. Whit does all the blocking on his team. And his partner Mike Dodd, all of the digging. Working on Fonoi.
Line, Mike!
Wow. I'll tell you, Ayakatubby sets so
Unbelievable.
much.
Unbelievable. The way he sets up to the ball, it's like the perfect golf swing. You got the perfect setup. His legs are into the play. I mean, everything about the way he gets to the ball, touches it, and releases it is just picture perfect.
Here's Fonoi at 4. Wind blowing. Whitmarsh, and it's off Fonoi Moana, out of bounds. Good shot by Big Whit.
Side out.
So Mike Dodd will serve. Wind is really howling inside the stadium here. See the rippling on Dodd's shirt. And it's right in the hubby wife area, and an ace for Dodd.
A new marriage, a new team this week, and they have not covered the hubby wife problem. This one, a little bit of hesitation, the ball dropping short. Mike Dodd trying to rip it into the wind as best he possibly can, and it drops for the score.
5-4. Dodd and Whitmarsh are ahead. Ayakatubby. Ayakatubby hacks it hard. Scott Ayakatubby told me he went down to Marine Avenue on Tuesday, and Fonoi Moana did not have a partner. Now, someone had called Ayakatubby. It was Pat Powers, but Ack didn't want to play with Powers because he was too volatile, and he decided to play with Fonoi. He was worried that Powers would get on him if he did not perform up to expectations because of the groin. Fonoi, free ball, point.
Finishes it off.
First point coming directly off the jump serve. The rebound straight to Fonoi.
Championship final action, 5-5. Big Whit serving in a 5-5 tie in our championship final. Chris Marlowe, Paul Sunderland, the Nestee. Baltimore open, chance for Whit.
Oh, easy chance for Whit.
And he hit it right on the edge of the line and got a point. Good shot by Whit.
Yep, Whit has one stuff block. He also, that was against Ayakatubby. This is a very nice deflection to Mike Dodd. And look at Dodd, all the experience in the world, but where is either Ayakatubby or Fonoi Moana to come back and block on that play?
6-5, the Mikes lead. Fonoi, and Fonoi taps it down the line.
Moana gets the serve back. Side out.
So Eric Fonoi Moana, last year a rookie, his first year, he's won $36,000 so far this year and 86 in his brief career. This kid's got a bright future. Sponsors want to jump on the Fonoi Moana bandwagon. Not only good looking, great body, jumps, and a nice kid, and he puts up the ace.
And he's going to do his share of winning, too, over the next 10 years.
6-6.
We're tied at 6.
First ace for Eric Fonoi Moana. And again, Whitmarsh has been ace twice, and both times was late with his feet. You got to move your feet first, get in front of the ball.
Good serve there.
Oh, go.
Fonoi has it. Up, got it. Score!
Scott Ayakatubby.
What a great shot, and the good side really helped that. Ayakatubby just spun it up into the wind, and the wind just knocks this thing down where it's absolutely untouchable. Look at that, just straight quick to the sand. Touch on the block, Fonoi is there, and look at that thing get down in a hurry.
Ayakatubby told me that they want to serve Mike Whitmarsh into the center of the court. They want to make him handle the ball with his right hand or Dodd to lurch back into the center of the court. They want to go after that hubby-wife area very strongly.
Well, it also does one other thing. When Mike Whitmarsh is out by the sideline, he prefers to hit the ball away from his body, and it takes away a lot of the cross-court attacking area for him when you bring him into the middle of the court.
Good point. Fonoi Moana serving. Whitmarsh where he likes it. And Whitmarsh tapping it down.
Whitmarsh, side out.
So big Mike Whitmarsh got the kill.
That sends Dodd to the service line.
And Dodd will have it. 7-6. There's Whitmarsh and Dodd trying to make a little hay. They're not on the good side, so they're trying to hold court over there. Fonoi, and he got a good call, and he angles it in.
We talked about Fonoi getting frustrated by Whitmarsh and Dodd. Right now, he's the one that's frustrating Mike Dodd. He cannot get into a rhythm defensively. He's not reading the kid that he practices against and plays against a lot down at Marine Street south of Los Angeles.
Scott Ayakatubby, and timeout taken before the serve. 4:34 to go. We're coming back 7-6.
Ayakatubby with the leads.
Time ticket. back in the Nestea Baltimore Open. Moments ago, it was 7-6 when Fonoi Moana made a fabulous dig and put away, getting the Scott Ayakatubby set. Then this play.
Working Mike Whitmarsh deep middle, messing up his footwork, taking away the cross-court shot that Whitmarsh likes so much. And old Pinky Hat has not been forgotten. Get well, Karch. We miss you.
What about Kent?
Doesn't say get well, Karch. Didn't say anything about Kent.
Yes,
I know. It said happy birthday, Kent, actually.
9-6 is our score. Eric Fonoi Moana with the serve. He's never won a tournament. This would be an exciting day for him if they can hang on. Dodd and Whitmarsh, however, are going to the good side. Fonoi with a dig. Ack, pirouette, score!
Scott Ayakatubby in a 180 for a point.
You just think of destiny might have a big hand in this great story with Ayakatubby coming back and Eric Fonoi Moana destined for greatness, hoping to finish as high as 4th this year. Looks on his way to getting his first championship.
10-6. Ack and Fonoi. And you can see Fonoi getting a little confidence now. Whitmarsh. And Whitmarsh over the top and down. What do you do if you're Whitmarsh and Dodd now, strategy-wise?
I think I might go to Ack. I would serve Ack. I would test him out. Of course, you got to side out on your own account. But Ayakatubby is setting the ball so perfectly. Yeah. I would try to put some setting pressure on Fonoi Moana.
Let's see. Nope, they go to Fonoi. Ack has been nectar. Look at that set. Woohoo! Fonoi beats it into the crowd.
I mean, every set is the same height, the same distance from the net, the same trajectory, the same pace. It gives a hitter tremendous confidence.
Scott Ayakatubby, of course, out for almost a year. He said he didn't train hard enough, and he didn't eat enough, and he partied too much. He's back now training full-time as he rolls that one out of bounds.
Side out.
Ayakatubby in great shape. You see, he has a tremendously muscular upper body, very, very physical, as is Fonoi Moana. See the receptions. Whitmarsh has received 20, Fonoi 23. Going to Ack, and Ack jacks it. Little pinball defense. Whitmarsh!
How do you like your volleyball?
Dodd and Whit needed something to get their hopes turned around. This may well have done it. We talked about them going to Ack. Phenomenal dig, and then the whip around flipper and score by Whit.
And now Whitmarsh is jump serving. Ayakatubby. And Dodd is right there. Chance for a point.
Set.
Horrible set. Fonoi is there. And Fonoi on the contact, still going. Ack looking for the termination. And he gets it. Ayakatubby's been around the block. He's a very experienced player. He's won 3 times on tour. 1985 Santa Cruz with Frohoff. 1987 the Calgary Indoor with Frohoff. And then 1990 his last win in Fort Worth, Texas. So Ack knows what to do and how to steady out his young partner. 10-7. Ack and Fonoi continue to lead, and 22nd timeout. Dodd and Whitmarsh trying to hang on here.
Well, we had a good close look at Mike Dodd. I think he's very tired. There's a distinguished list of volleyball professionals. Those are the active players.
Karch, you're wondering how did he get the 89 to 90 without playing. He has been upgraded. He won a tournament in 1991, an FIVB event, which he has since been given credit for in Japan with Steve Timmons. So now Karch has 90.
And that was not, of course, the active list. You had Ron Von Hagen on there.
Fonoi with the serve. Chopping. Ace! Oh, Fonoi is hot.
Mark that one down at 10-7. Dodd and Whitmarsh had a chance to go to 10-8. Whitmarsh, not a good bump set to his partner. They lose that, win the long rally, and Fonoi comes right back with a big ace.
On the bad side now. Dodd hanging, puffing, trailing by 4. Whitmarsh. Fonoi with a dig. Chance for a big point here. Oh, and they call the set. Wow,
that's too tight. What, you know,
awfully tight.
Ayakatubby's setting is so perfect that when one comes out with the slightest little bit of spin, they call it. That's not a throw. That's a 9 on a scale for 10.
Greg Krause making the call. A very tight call. We'll see how it affects Ack and Fonoi. Let's watch it real time.
You see the dig by Fonoi. You see Mike Whitmarsh, not a lot of room cross court. Look at that. There's nothing wrong with that set.
Dodd with the serve. See how it affects him. That is mad.
Come on, Mike.
He dinks. Dodd is there. Chance for a point? Nope, not yet. Whitmarsh. Oh, and Fonoi Moana waiting for the ball to come off the net. It didn't.
Dodd
and Whitmarsh get a point.
Dodd was there. Whitmarsh kind of messed it up again, trying to set his partner, and Ayakatubby and Fonoi Moana messed it up even more. You can't let a team get back into the match here. Dodd and Whitmarsh are way too experienced, looking for the 11-9 side change.
And Dodd, he wasn't sure if anybody blew the whistle. They're going to Ayakatubby.
And legal.
And cracks one. Ayakatubby told me at the start of the day that he felt a lot better today than he expected to. He's questioning Greg Krause and wondering why that was a throw. Last year at Manhattan, Ayakatubby got red carded out of the Manhattan Open by screaming obscenity words at Jim Leonard, the first referee.
Remember it well.
He went like that, but I looked down, and then he serves it.
And Ayakatubby still questioning that throw call.
Well, there was a long time between plays, and Mike Dodd was saying, hey, look, are those guys calling a timeout or what? And Dodd actually signaled like this, and Ack thought that they were calling another timeout, and then Dodd served it. He just wants Krause to be in charge.
Well, I think Dodd was asking, was there a timeout by the other team?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, is that what you mean?
Here's Sack.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Ayakatubby serving 11-8. They'll try Dodd for one. Dodd was rested, and he came in hard and put it away. So, KG veteran, Wile E. Coyote, Mike Dodd. He hasn't got the ball very much in this one.
Nope, not in this particular match. Whitmarsh has received 22 serves, Dodd only 7. Boy, they need the 11-9 side change.
Come on, Mike.
Right to Dodd. Dodd can put it away, and he does. So Ayakatubby has suddenly gotten very tentative, and perhaps he's letting that throw call bother him. It was 10-6. It's now 11-9. Ack and Fonoi. Baltimore, things have gotten tense. It's 11-9, and the pressure now is on Scott Ayakatubby. Dodd and Whitmarsh have found a weakness. They're serving Ack. He may be tiring. He's floating the ball. He's not getting kills, and he whacks one hard. And perhaps Fonoi said, "Hey, hit the ball. Don't loop it."
That's what Ayakatubby's got to do. You have to reestablish your strength. And Ayakatubby, just like they're doing to Whitmarsh, they're working Ack deep middle, trying to take away a lot of his cross-court as well.
At one time, a 4-point lead for Ack and Fonoi. Now it's a 2-point lead as Fonoi sets the serve. The throw call at 11-7 on Scott Ayakatubby seemed to unnerve him at the moment. At that point in time, tossed one up. It was not that bad, but he was called for it. And perhaps he let it affect his play.
And I think they felt that Mike and Mike were getting tired and that maybe this one might be handed to them, but that's not going to happen at the 11-9 side change. Anybody's game right here.
Fonoi going to Whitmarsh.
Line.
Whitmarsh right to Fonoi. Can he get up and hit?
Line, no one.
He powders it.
Fonoi 12.
Fonoi jumped nearly 40 inches when he played indoors in college, skying that time. That might have been one of the most important swings, certainly, of this final. Reestablishing some momentum, that time just ripping the ball at Whitmarsh.
Eric Fonoi Moana, as we've told you, his best finish on tour this year and ever, a 4th in Dallas, Texas with Dan Verbalovich. He started the year with Brian Ivey. Then he played 5 tournaments with Tim Hovland, went to Verbalovich for 5, 3 more with Hovland before this week teaming with Scott Ayakatubby, who has not played in 10 weeks on tour. What a story this would be. Ack and Fonoi lead by 3.
Good.
Here comes Whitmarsh. And it's off Ayakatubby, out of bounds. And now I think for the Mikes, they've got to pressure Ayakatubby as much as possible.
Try to work him around. I would serve him deep middle. Remember in the finals of the losers bracket how much success from this exact spot Mike Dodd had, serving the loopy jump serve right on the back line. However, the wind has changed a bit.
Line.
Dodd with a dig. Ayakatubby will take it.
Line. Come on.
Dodd with a dig. Whitmarsh chasing. Fonoi. Dodd with a dig. Whitmarsh. Yes!
How about that?
It's hard to win your first, and Fonoi Moana is feeling it right now. He was so tentative setting that ball, set it way off the net. Tries to loop over Dodd. Dodd as high as he can, not really pressing that time, just trying to get a hand on the ball.
And
Both
Dodd,
Mikes.
Dodd is going to take timeout. Look at him. He's wheezing and geezing in the corner.
He took a full timeout.
Yeah, he did a lot of work on that play. He dug one, and then Whitmarsh brought it back. Then he dug another one. Whitmarsh brought it back. Then he jumped at the net and dug it. Of course, one of the illustrious careers in AVP history.
Timeout call at center court.
Right on down the line, you can see, was a tremendous indoor player, and people just didn't see him all that often. Played on the national team for a brief while in 1981 and was really, really talented. Decided to take his skills out on the beach. As you could see, played internationally and had a very distinguished career there as well.
Very rarely see a team that's winning take his time out, but Dodd figured, look, I've got to get some gas here so I can put the pressure back on Fonoi Moana.
Well, they know,
never won.
They know if they don't win the game to 15, whatever happens in the short game obviously makes no difference because they don't get there. And Dodd and Whitmarsh out of full timeouts now.
Serving Fonoi.
Line. Go, Mike.
Candidate shot. Whitmarsh goes and gets it.
Hey.
And Whitmarsh and Ayakatubby are playing some nervous ball right now. They are nervous.
Ayakatubby feels like a rookie. Usually, you know, you'd be in such a mid-season groove right now, but this is just the 5th tournament of his season, having missed 10 weeks in a row. And Fonoi Moana right now, I don't think he's thinking about it yet. I think he was at 10-6, but now he's put the hopes and feelings of what it's going to be like to win his first one back in the holster for a little bit.
Scott Ayakatubby has changed serving positions. He's now on the right side. Let's see where he goes. They'll work on Dodd. Maybe they saw Dodd getting tired. Ayakatubby digs it back. Tight. Whitmarsh blocked by Fonoi. Point!
Fonoi Moana.
13-10.
Dodd didn't want to hit the ball, so he went to Whitmarsh on 2, saving his legs a little bit. Good dig by Ayakatubby. Now, Mike's got an easy play. He just sets the ball too tight, and Fonoi Moana's over on Whit.
Good change by Ayakatubby. Now he's going after Dodd. 13-10. Ack.
Yeah, line.
And it's off Ayakatubby, out of bounds. I think sometimes players think, hey, I got a point off someone. At least I did. If I got a point off someone, I would serve it
Go at
no
him
matter
again.
what.
Especially when the guy's called timeout. You can tell
Yes.
that he's tired, not on his game particularly. Mike's playing very well. Maybe he's a little bit under the weather. Talked to him earlier in the tournament. He seemed fine, but has hit the wall a little bit.
Right now, I've got 2 strategies. If I'm Fonoi Moana and Ayakatubby, I serve Dodd the rest of this game, and if they go to a double final, fine, I serve him the rest of the time. If I'm Dodd and Whitmarsh, I serve Ayakatubby the rest of the game and try to tire him out. Remember, he hasn't played in a tournament, and now he's in the final in over 2 months.
Good.
They serve Whit again.
Yeah, line.
Whitmarsh off Ayakatubby.
I'm not so sure. We'll see what happens, because I would do exactly the same thing. I would, if I were Ayakatubby and Fonoi, I would move to the area of the court where I was most confident I could hit a tough jump serve right at Mike Dodd.
So Mike Dodd sucking it up. You saw him last year at the Old Spice King of the Beach. He was magnificent. The best player on tour at playing with fatigue. Fonoi.
Angle line.
Whoa, and he rips it.
Down the line, Fonoi Moana.
I tell you, he is so graceful. He just goes up, glides,
And up, and up. Heavy hang time for Eric Fonoi Moana.
Ayakatubby to serve. 13-10. Clock could be a factor. 1:45 to go. Here's Ack.
Good.
On Whitmarsh.
Yeah, line.
And Whitmarsh hits it out. So Scott Ayakatubby and Eric Fonoi Moana.
And we're at
1 point away.
Center court.
For 4 years. Ayakatubby is waiting
Ayakatubby
to serve this
14.
ball. Eric Fonoi Moana, his partner, has waited his entire life to celebrate a victory for the championship.
Yeah, line.
Whitmarsh into the corner.
It's
Whitmarsh,
not over yet.
all the way
Not
to the
over
line
yet.
for
If
the
Dodd and Whitmarsh
sign
can
out.
get one, they go to the good side.
Whitmarsh
Talking about that right now.
Exactly. Let's get one and get over to the windy side. Big Whit has played well. He hasn't blocked as many balls as expected. And he just missed a jump serve ace. So for the second time, Eric Fonoi Moana will be serving championship point. Good serve. Good set. And Whitmarsh puts it away.
What a super play by both Dodd and Whitmarsh, particularly Mike Whitmarsh. No way he could get to that by staying
10 serving 14.
upright. Had to go down and get the ball. That ball served right on the sideline.
Dodd serving, his team trailing by 4. Minute 28 to play in the game.
Dodd's got to get this deep. He's been going with a jumper, and he's been serving it right in the middle of the court.
How about going back to Ayakatubby?
I would go to Ack deep middle. There it is. There it is.
And Ack goes and gets it.
And line!
And he lofts it down the line. Good call by Fonoi Moana.
Well, that's exactly where Mike Dodd wanted to go. Deep middle against Ayakatubby, who came up with a pretty good pass.
Kent Steffes calls Scott Ayakatubby the best
3,
jump server in
14
volleyball.
serving 10.
Third championship point for Ayakatubby and Fonoi. Fonoi's got the double-digit down. And he aces!
There you have it, Baltimore, your champions. Scott Ayakatubby, Eric Fonoi.
Look at Fonoi. He is jacked. And rightfully so. Look at him. Very emotional.
First win ever for Eric Fonoi Moana. And vindication for Scott Ayakatubby.
And ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for the team that battled up to the finish.
This is the best
Mike
thing ever.
Whitmarsh.
Fonoi and Ack should be an entertaining interview coming up.
my God.
Stay with us as they win for the first time together ever.
I love it. This is the best thing ever.
An outstanding win for Scott Ayakatubby and Eric Fonoi Moana, one they'll remember the rest of their lives. A 15-10 victory over Dodd and Whitmarsh. The Miller Lite play of the day was made by Eric Fonoi Moana. Not only is he a gifted offensive player, he can really get down and dirty and play a little defense. Here's Fonoi diving in blue. Up becomes nobody up, and see ya. He puts it away. Eric Fonoi Moana, our Miller Lite play of the day. All right, let's go down to Paul Sunderland with happy winners.
First of all, a great story in Scott Ayakatubby, and secondly, got to be a great feeling for Eric Fonoi Moana, his first ever victory on the AVP Tour. First, Scott, you've been out 10 weeks. You're not supposed to come right back out and win tournaments. Are you surprised that you played so well?
I am surprised. I didn't think I'd be able to last this long. It was a little hot out here, but Eric was on fire this whole weekend, and in the finals, it was all Eric.
Eric, you and I have spent some time talking about this sport and how you felt you might progress in it, your feelings now that you've won your first.
This is awesome. Can't believe it. I can't wait till next weekend. I'm ready to go. I'm fired up for the rest of my life. Get out of the way, I'm coming. I'm getting naked. Hav always says to get naked. I'm naked. I'm ready to go. Oh, this is the best feeling.
All right, let's talk about a little bit the match in the finals. It seemed like Mike and Mike were out of gas and you were going back and forth. Did you sense that Dodd was tired and you were going to go at him at the end?
No, it was just Whitmarsh was siding out so well, hitting over us, and so, you know, we're going to Whitmarsh all the time. We decided to, you know, switch up and get it to Mike, you know, maybe get him out of sync a little. And Eric was serving great up there, and that was the key for us.
All right, two things. One, did it mean more to you beating Mike Dodd, somebody who you've known for a long time, obviously respect, and what are you going to do tonight to celebrate?
I'm going to have to relax for about a couple hours before then. After that, who knows? I could be absolutely bananas. Or I need to catch a flight home, too. Otherwise, I may never get back. But that's okay as long as I win. And I'm just happy, very happy.
All right, congratulations to you both. A great comeback by Scott Ayakatubby and Eric Fonoi Moana getting his first here in Baltimore, Maryland. Look out next week. This team's on fire. Back to you, Chris.